Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is What If Naruto Was in Fairy Tale Part 1. This What If is gonna start off as Naruto while fighting Kaguya with Sasuke and Sakura. Kaguya would have gotten sealed, but just before she was going to be sealed, she fired a shot as Sasuke and Naruto, not wanting to be. As Naruto wouldn't get hit, but Sasuke would. But Sasuke would be hit, and and Naruto and Sasuke would be able to seal Kaguya, but Kaguya actually just hit one of the targets would be satisfied as alright, at least I got one brat. As Sasuke would start to turn to dust. As Naruto trying desperately would nothing would work. As Sasuke would say, "Oh, Naruto, as much as I hate to do it, you take on the dojutsu I carry." As Naruto, accepting Sasuke's last wish, would do so, and Sasuke would turn into dust. Sakura and Kakashi would and Naruto would be pretty sad by this, and be Naruto would actually be very sad as we would be very sad as Naruto would try to use the Renegade's Renade Rebirth Jutsu on Sasuke and every other shinobi that's had been fallen, but it wouldn't work. As I would say, um, it wouldn't have worked as the Renegade's ability can do so much with Naruto's soulless chakra, basically. So Naruto and the Sage of Six Paths would have actually summoned everybody except Naruto because there would be a failure because there would be some sort of malfunction in the summoning jutsu, and Naruto would be stuck in Kaguya's dimension, and Naruto not wanting to be there would create an exit entry point, but since the dimension was actually going to be blown up, and Naruto not wanting to be there would create the exit entry, but wouldn't have been able to take out the exit, pinpoint where he actually wanted to go, as Naruto would have just gone towards. Naruto would basically go into the portal, and the the explosion would happen. Naruto would have just been able to dodge or just been able to escape the explosion, as Naruto would have gone towards the fairy tale universe. As soon as Naruto reached here, he would have passed out, as Naruto would have been fighting for 3 whole days, and Naruto's chakra, with using his soulless chakra to travel so greater distance, would have actually put his Renegon into a timeout state, and Naruto wouldn't have been able to use the Renegon, as Naruto would have been passed out in the forest. Makarov strolling through the forest would have found Naruto, and Naruto and Makarov would have taken Naruto to a nearby hospital, and a few days would have gone by and Naruto would have woken up. Makarov would be informed of this, and Makarov would ask Naruto about why were you passed out in the forest, as Naruto would grab his head as, I don't remember much. I was fighting somebody, and I teleported, and I don't know where I'm right now, as I was in a hurry to escape. As Makara would understand and would say, okay, you are in Fiore, Magnolia to be Pacific, and there is a guild. So Naruto would be explained to where he currently was, and Naruto would say, okay, so can I join your guild? As Makara would say, everybody is welcome. As Naruto would have joined the Fairy Tale Guild, Naruto would have actually and Mir Jane would have asked Naruto where you want the emblem to be, as Naruto would have given his headband and would say, "In my headband, please." As she would put the emblem on Naruto's headband, and Naruto would tie and would just carry out. Naruto would have been sent to the Fairy Tale Guild just a year before Luffy joined the guild, so just before the anime. And Naruto would have and Natsu seeing a new guy would have asked him to fight, and Naruto would accept, and Naruto would pretty easily defeat Natsu. And Natsu, seeing Natsu being defeated so easily, Gray would have also tried to challenge Naruto, but Naruto would have taken care of Gray also pretty easily, and the entire guild would have also tried their luck, but they would all been defeated. As Urza would see Naruto as a very powerful guy and would asked him to actually fight with her. As Naruto would accept, and Naruto and Ursa would start clashing their blades. Naruto seeing Ursa being kind of challenging, as he was actually holding back, and Ursa was actually matching Naruto's strength, as Naruto would say a compliment as you are actually pretty good. As Ursa would kind of blush on this, seeing Naruto such a powerful guy complimenting her, as she would be off guarded, and Naruto seeing this opening not would have been Urza, as Urza also would have been defeated, and Naruto would be considered the strongest member in the Fairy Tail Guild, as Luxus wouldn't try it because he wants to keep his reputation as the strongest, so Luxus wouldn't have taken chances. As a few months would have gone by, and Natsu would have actually gotten a few injuries and would have come back to the guild with pretty bad conditions. And Naruto say, Natsu, come here. Um, as Natsu would do so, and Naruto, placing his hand, would magically start to heal Natsu's wounds. As the girl would see, oh, he can do that magic as well. Oh, what a surprise! As they wouldn't be surprised by Naruto at this point, as Naruto has shown some pretty powerful stuff, as being able to use multiple magic, you could say. As Naruto, as a few months would have gone by, and Lucy would have joined the guild, and there would be a fighting large fighting would have been on the guild, as Lucy would just stand on the sidelines and would ask Naruto, is this normal in this guild? As Naruto said, yeah, you get used to it. As a bowl comes and would hit Naruto on the back while Naruto was eating his favorite food, ramen. As everybody seeing Naruto getting hit while he was eating his favorite dish would have been pretty scared. As one time Naruto was eating something and somebody basically interrupted, and Naruto would have been pretty scary, as his voice would have gone a lot deeper and his eye was changed, as everybody in the guild would have been scared of Naruto. You might recognize this, but I actually take this. Never mind, never mind. As Naruto would say, all right, which one of you actually thrown this, and would pick up a bowl and would say, which one of you, and I repeat, which one of you did this to me? As everybody would have been silent and would have basically say, so you want telling me who did this, huh? As Naruto would say, alright then, I'll beat every one of you if I have to then. As Naruto, as everybody say, please have mercy on us, Sir Naruto. As Naruto would have taken care of everybody in an instant. Lucy seeing this would be pretty scared, as seeing this powerful guy eating, being next to him, basically. As Lucy would have actually been scared of Naruto, would be kind of scared on asking him out on a date. As, yeah, this is gonna be Naruto having a harem, basically. So, yeah, sorry if there are any mistakes I do along the way, because I am just doing this shit thing the first time. So yeah, forgive if there is any miss things that happen along the way. And getting that out of the way, Naruto would have actually beaten up every one of everybody in the guild except Loxus and Mystic not being there, and Urza also not being there, as oh As a few days would have gone by, and Natsu would be asking Lucy on this mission, as Lucy would accept, and they would all head off. They both would have head off, as um, Lucy and Natsu would have gone off to the first mission as a team. This mission is going to be about retrieving Marco, um, as um, as they would both be heading off to where they last saw Marco. Um, Everything would have happened as the original, and yeah, and the day would have passed, and Urza coming towards the guild would have been spread as not to also be kind of scared as, wait, you never told me Urza was coming. Oh, what do we do? As Natsu would be kind of being scared, as everybody would have gone into panic as, oh no, Urza is coming! Ah! And they would be all be screaming and running and doing crazy stuff around the guild, and Naruto would have been pretty calm, a lot calmer than he should be about it. Not Lucy would ask, hey, who's this Urza, Naruto? As Naruto would say, oh, Urza, yeah, she's actually my girlfriend. Yes, this is actually Naruto having a harem, and Naruto X Urza. So yeah, as Lucy said, oh, so that's why you weren't scared of Urza. And Naruto would say, yeah. And Urza would come to the guild with a giant horn and would put down the giant horn down to the ground and would go towards Naruto. As um, Urza would say, hey, Natsu, Gray, Happy, with you, all come here. As Natsu and Gray would have been priestly say, yes, ma'am. As as Ursa say, all right, you three, with me, Natsu, Gray, Lucy, because she wanted to join in, and Naruto would have been form a party. As Miro would say, oh, this is the strongest team in Fairy Tail. As yeah, as they as Team Natsu or Team Naruto would have headed off towards the train, and when they were on the train, Natsu would have been motion sick, as motion sickness would take care of him pretty quickly. As Earth, I think this would just knock Earth now Natsu out and put him out of this misery. Wait, I'm still recording. Sorry. As Urza would explain the mission to him, like this dark guild, I forgot the name about the dark guild, but this dark guild is trying to get their hands on the flute of lullaby, and are trying to kill and are trying to get this flute. You know, so what's special about this flute? Knowing you, it wouldn't be any ordinary. So what is it? As Urza would say, oh yeah, that's no ordinary flute. That's the flute of lullaby. One of the dark magic, dark wizard Zerf's um, tools. As the Urza would explain what the flute does. As when the flute is being played, everybody that hears this flute would die instantly. As Naruto say, "Oh, that's a um, pretty bad thing." As I can swear. So Naruto and Team Natsu would have gone off the train and leaving Natsu behind, as in the original. Natsu would fight the guy with the lullaby. I don't remember his name, but would taken care of that, and Natsu would be taken to the second station and where they were. And Team Natsu or Team Fairy Tail, I'm gonna call it, they would arrive at the next station, and in the next station there would be pretty panic, as Urza would ask around what happened. Sorry. As one of the guards would say, "Oh, there is some dark guild in the station, so nobody is allowed to go in there." As Urza would say, "Oh yeah." we're here to take care of that. As a Team Fairy Tale with Natsu would have gone, Natsu would no, and they would and Team Fairy Tail would have taken care of the dog girl much easier, as as Naruto would be there and um trying to beat Naruto. Natsu, Gray, and Urza, yes, Urza too, would have become much powerful than in the original, because they are trying to beat Naruto, one of the strongest guys that ever lived, basically. So they would be pretty powerful and taking care of the guild like it was nothing. As one of the guys would say, "Ah, you are too late. Our leader has already gone off with the flute." As Ursa, as Natsu would have taken that guy, and yeah, Natsu. No, Natsu wouldn't have taken that guy. As Natsu would just gone off, and he would see like a giant tornado covering the entire station. Naruto would have tried to, but would have failed, and not happy would have given um Lucy the key of Virgo. Yeah, sorry about that arc, but everything goes in the original. So yeah, sorry about that. I keep forgetting this stuff. It has been a long time since I've watched Fairy Tale. As as that would happen, and um Lucy using Virgo would get out there, and Naruto and Natsu would have gone. Uh, Naruto, Natsu, and Happy carrying Natsu would have flown across where their leader was, and Naruto would have also been chasing him, as everybody else would have just gone with their magic vehicle, and yeah, as Naruto would have arrived with Natsu, would have taken care of the guy pretty easily. That guy would have been dealt with, and the flute would have been occupied. As the flute was occupied by, no, the flute was taken by the the guy that Natsu uh, the guy that got it in original would have gone towards where the guild members was, as he would create some sort of smoke screen, and would have gone there, and Naruto would have arrived much quicker and would subdue him pretty quickly, as the uh, flutes kind of glow and say, "Oh, these humans aren't even worth my time. They can't even do a simple job as blowing me." As the flute would have become a giant monster. Now, this monster is the lullaby, the flute of lullaby, the last one. Yeah, Naruto and every Team Fairy Tail would have arrived, and Naruto would have just taken care of him easily with one punch. And yeah, the flute would have been subdued and would have been uh, confiscated uh, by the by the court. Would have been confiscated by the Magic Council. Yeah, I just looked that up. And yeah, and that arc would be over, as not as Happy would steal one of the S rank missions from from the second floor, as Naruto would be an S rank. Um, Forgot to tell that, as Naruto would be in an S rank. So yeah, as Naruto and Lucy would have taken the S rank mission, would have gone towards the dock where they would take a boat and go towards the cursed island, to where the mission was, the cursed island arc. So this arc would have begun, and the Makura would be pretty angry, as not as they took one of the S rank missions. Naruto and Gray would have been assigned to handle this, as they would go and they would meet up Natsu and Lucy on the boat, no, on the dock or the port. As Naruto would great try to convince Naruto as to don't take this job and come home, as Naruto would use some talk no jutsu and would put both Naruto and Gray in the mission, and they would have gone towards the cursed island. And Naruto would have seen some pretty nasty things in there, as he would have seen some weird monster deep in the island, and there would have been some weird ritual going on. Yeah, Naruto would have sensed this, and they would have gone off towards the temple. As in the temple, Naruto would have quickly seen the Deliora, if I'm not mistaken, would have seen Deliora, and Leon trying to revive Deliora, as Gray was saying, "Wait, why are you doing this?" and all those things. As Leon would explain everything, like, I'll defeat Deliora that even our master Ura couldn't beat, and I'll finally surpass her. And Gray was saying, "No, she's inside," and Leon was, "Oh yeah, I know." And yeah, that fight scene would happen as Naruto would ask Gray, "Should I take care of him or will you do it yourself?" As Gray was, "No, I will take care of him." As their awesome fight scene would begin, and Naruto and as Deliveroo would have seamlessly revived, Naruto would have been subdued him as with one punch, because the Deliveroo would have been already dead. As that would happen, Gray would have won the fight, and Naruto and Urza would have arrived, and Urza would kind of school Naruto on, and Naruto, Lucy, Naruto, and Gray and would have schooled us. You two, Naruto and Gray, you two were supposed to bring Natsu and Lucy back. Why didn't you? And you, Natsu and Lucy, why did you take on such a dangerous job? As this is sorry, ma'am, and that would happen. As Ursa would say, "Alright then, let's complete this mission or whatever now." And then Naruto would say, "Oh yeah, now we need to explode the moon or blow up the moon now." As Ursa would say, "Alright," as Naruto would have prepared a Rasen Shuriken and would have thrown and shattered the mirror dome. Yeah, and they would have completed the mission. And yeah, so this is where I'm gonna end off this what if. And if you like this, please consider subscribing for more awesome videos like this. And thank you so much for watching.